I'm sure you've heard the statement, that's about as exciting as watching paint dry. Well, that actually leads us to our topic of the day, which leads to a much bigger topic, so hang with me. Mitch says, I truly believe Jeremy could write a book or make a video on watching paint dry and it would be interesting and entertaining. Mitch, challenge accepted. Because what most people don't understand is paint is not just paint. It's made up of 3 core things. The pigment, which is really just a chemical that gives it its color. And as I'm sure you know, there's only a few key colors that you need, and then you mix them all together and you can get just about any color on the planet. But I don't know if you've ever tried to spread chemicals on a wall. It doesn't usually work too well. I mean, just yesterday I was spreading some chromium oxide in the kitchen. It was getting all splattery, So that's why they add in the binder. Because you gotta make it stick. And you know what the most common binder is? Plastic. Isn't that weird? All this time when you've been painting the wall, you're just sticking some plastic on it? That explains a lot. But at the end of the day, we're not really here to talk about the pigment or the binder. We're here to talk about the solvent. And the solvent does 2 real things. It helps you spread the paint, make it nice and even. And then it evaporates. And maybe you have a guess as to what the most common solvent is? Yep. Coffee. No, water. That's why you hear about water-based paints. Now, right about now, many of you are probably thinking, okay, what's the point of all this? Well, to show you how paint dries, of course. But to prove a key point. As many of you know, I teach in technology. And one of the worst things I see people do to themselves is be satisfied with a fix. You're troubleshooting something, you can't figure out why it's not working, and all of a sudden you type in a command and it all starts working. And so many people look and go, job done, they walk away. And it leaves an emptiness in their soul to where they do that again and again over the years, and they end up hating this field because they really don't know the why behind anything. If you can know the why, you are empowered to have the curiosity. For example, some of you probably, when I said, well, I know water-based paints, but what about oil-based paints? Oil doesn't evaporate. How does that stick to the wall? How does that paint dry? And to that I say, go figure it out. But be careful. You may end up becoming a painter by the time this is all said and done, because your passion follows what you really understand.